I don't know anything about this video. All that I've heard during my years of playing World of Warcraft is that this is the best WoW video out there. I don't know. It's time for us to actually give it a go. It's WoW Darkest Secret.
I'm gonna start this off by saying whatever the hell you do not look in the comment section below. I don't usually get many, if any, comments on my productions. The ones that are there will no doubt spoil what is to come. So go into full screen mode and let me show you this, because I promise you, it's gonna blow your mind. I believe I've made a WoW discovery that literally no one else has ever found.
He found the Cosby Suite.
No matter how much I try to look it up, there's never any results. No DuckDuck searches, no YouTube videos, nothing. And that's pretty damn surprising, considering this is a game from 2004 that we're talking about here. This is the vanilla WoW world map. As you can see, there's only 2 continents, Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor. Let me ask you a question. Out of all the zones in these 2 continents, which one is the most forgettable?
Zones? Let's see. Most likely Deadwind Pass, right? Because it's literally incomplete. You should have had the Karazhan raid, but it never came into fruition until TBC. So it's kind of a dead intermediate zone you just walk through on your way to cross to the other side. I'm pretty sure Deadwind Pass. Right? Desolus? No, Rexar walks in Desolus. And really, it's actually one of my favorite zones. So maybe I'm biased here. But no, it's Deadwind Pass. 100% it's Deadwind Pass.
I'll give you a few seconds to think about it.
Yeah, the answer is clear. Say it. Say it.
Alright, time's up. I imagine that the vast majority of people probably answered with Desolus, Silithus, Alterac Mountains, Deadwind Pass, you know, the usual suspects.
Easy
But there's one zone in vanilla.
Alterac Mountain, I guess it's close to Dalaran, so maybe not so, but I don't know, maybe it's just me.
WoW that literally everyone knows about, but is almost universally forgotten. And that zone is Stone Talon Mountains. Stone Talon Mountains is a contested zone that shares a border with the Barrens and Desolus. The fact that it's a contested zone is quite interesting in of itself, as despite there being many low-level Horde quests available here, for Alliance players, there's almost nothing at all. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that if you're an Alliance main like me, you've probably never even been here before. The zone itself has an extremely unusual design, and there really is nothing else like it in the game.
He's actually really right. This place is extremely eerie, and that's something that I always thought, like, leveling through the zone. I'm a Horde main, right? Obviously, I've been here plenty of times, and it's one of the most appreciated things in Turtle World of Warcraft, rest in peace, by the way, that they've done. They actually completely rehauled the place. They reworked everything from the ground up, and nothing remained the same. Because this zone just felt so incomplete. It felt like a crack in the world that you shouldn't have went into. It was like a glitch in the system. I don't know how to explain it. It always gave me this eerie feeling while I was leveling, and this is the only zone that made me feel that way. It always felt incomplete. It was like so mountainous, and it made no sense. It had like random caves, places you can climb. It's a really cool zone now that I think about it. But it always felt weird, like kind of backrooms vibe to it. I don't know, maybe just me.
It's essentially one giant valley that connects to 3 different open chasms that are completely different.
For me, it's Azshara. For some reason, I almost never went there as a Horde main because it's incomplete. It's literally a bunch of random assets thrown together. Azshara should have been a whole ass zone with raid inside of it, but they never got to complete that. So that's why it feels that way.
Different to one another. Due to the zone's odd layout and frustrating quests, even many Horde players tend to skip it entirely when leveling. But I'm not here to talk about the zone or even its quests, but something much, much weirder. We all know that WoW has a day-night cycle that is in sync with the server's time zone. If it's daytime in real life, then it will be daytime in game too. If it's nighttime in real life, then it will be nighttime in game too. A zone's atmosphere can change significantly depending on whether it's day or night, but this is true especially for Stone Talon Mountains. During the day, Stone Talon Mountains just looks and feels like a pretty typical looking place. a bit of trees here, a bit of grass there. But at night, this zone, and the way it feels to be in it, almost completely changes. From the hours of midnight to 5 AM, music no longer plays in the zone. Instead, all you can hear is this strange wind ambience that sounds really freaky.
Yo. I never even...
What's weirder is that at night, the entire zone has this creepy red tint to it for seemingly no reason, and there's a ton of fog that limits how far you can see. Not sure if you can really notice it here, but the difference when it's daytime is really, well, night and day. Now obviously when I first discovered this, I was confused just as much as you probably are. Why is it like this? No other zone has effects like these at night. It just seems weird. And again, no matter how much I looked into it, no one had an answer. But that's not even why I'm making this, because yeah, it's weird, but it could just be some sort of attempt at atmospheric immersion. No, I'm making this because of a strange phenomenon that kept happening to my character here. If you know me, then you'll know that I'm pretty much nocturnal, as in seriously nocturnal. I'm always up at night and in the early hours of the morning because that's just how I like it. As a result, whenever I play WoW, it's always in the dark. That's how I noticed how weird Stone Talon Mountains was in the first place. In classic WoW, I had
Man, playing World of Warcraft during nighttime, it was such a great time. Holy, I have so many great memories from that time. Playing with my friend, I had no job, no worries whatsoever. It was so good. Nowadays, I have a day job until I make it as a full-time streamer. By the way, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, for the love of actual God. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it one day, but surely, until that time, I have to play during the day, so I can't experience any fun moments like this anymore. But yeah, I mean, he's absolutely right. I remember the good old days where you had to like play during the night. And by the way, I'm not like a vanilla Andy. I played during the first time classic WoW re-released, and it was the best time of my life. It's absolutely crazy.
An orc warrior called Warzerk that I would occasionally level up to see what the Horde side of the game was like. Just a way to relax and see what I would have otherwise missed out on my Alliance main. Stone Talon Mountains was one of the zones I ended up leveling in. I remember being taken aback at what a weird, almost psychedelic dreamscape the zone felt like. It reminded me of somewhere where a nightmare would take place, but again, I didn't think anything of it until this happened. This is a screenshot I took at 2:14 AM on the 20th of October 2020. I'm in the Windshear Crag part of the zone, and as you can see, my character is dead. You're probably thinking that a mob must have got me or something, but no. The reason I took this screenshot is because my character just died, instantly, for no reason whatsoever. I was just running around doing some quest when he just dropped dead. At first I thought that maybe a high-level rogue had got me, then vanished or something, but I didn't see any. And according to my combat log, nothing happened. He just died. I kept this screenshot because I thought I would put it in a future production of mine, as at the time there was a lot of uproar about how badly Blizzard maintained classic WoW, with there being a ton of bots and gold sellers flying around. I figured it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for there to be bugs like this too, as, after all,
that's a very fair
this is
estimate.
Blizzard we're talking about here. Either way, I rezzed up and carried on with my questing before heading off for the night. 24 hours later, and I am, once again, questing in the Windshear Crag. Everything was going smoothly, until once again, bam. It happened again.
Damn!
Instant death, no combat log, just dead. I had never experienced anything quite like this. I mean, yeah, WoW could be buggy, but it's never been this bad. I looked back at the screenshot I took the night before and noticed something really unusual. The time of death on both shots was exactly the same, 2:14 AM. That was just way too much of a coincidence to ignore. I tried to make a post on r/classicwow to ask if anyone knew what kept happening to my character.
Yes.
But it got removed, and then I was banned for no reason.
What? What? You've been temporarily banned from participating in Classic WoW. The ban will last 3 days. What? Okay, that's, I don't know. Maybe it's part of it. Let's wait and see. That's the weirdest thing ever. Maybe it's because you didn't post pictures of feet, and the people kind of got mad at you.
So, yeah, pretty standard. I decided that this was way too much of a coincidence to ignore.
Conspiracy theory.
So, I conjured a plan. The next night, at 2:14 AM, I would have my recorder on, just in case my character died again, so that I would have proof of this weird bug in action. The following is what I captured.
Okay, this video is insanely good until now. Okay, there we go. Right on time. Is it going to happen?
Nothing.
Blizzard. What?
I waited around for a few minutes longer, but it just wasn't happening. I figured that it really must have been just a weird coincidence. Feeling disappointed, I turned off my recorder and carried on questing. But then, boom. It happened again.
No.
This time at 2:47 AM. 3 deaths in a row on 3 different days. But why was this one at a different time than the others?
Because Blizzard is always watching.
The only difference I noticed between the last shot and the first 2 is that on the last one, I was at the Charred Vale part of the zone, whereas with the first 2, I was in the Windshear Crag. So, I had another idea. What if I went to the Windshear Crag at 2:14 AM and had my recorder on then instead? Maybe there it would happen again. So, once again, I set my character there and waited.
Wait, let's see. I don't think it's a bait. There we go. He's trying to prove it. If it doesn't happen now, it's sussy. I don't know. Let's see. /dance, dude. I love how Classic used to be like literally good. It's so good looking and unique. Now it's so bland. Oh, it did happen.
Holy shit. I now had video evidence of this so-called bug in action.
Okay.
But honestly, at this point, I was starting to think there has to be something more to this. Out of curiosity, I wondered that if I went to the Charred Vale at 2:47 again, if it would happen there too. Sure enough, it did.
I got a record of that too. This is so interesting. What is behind that? I guess it must have been a Blizzard Easter egg. Yeah, it got him.
2:14 AM in the Windshear Crag and 2:47 AM in the Charred Vale. I didn't know what it was, but for some reason, at those times, my character would always just drop dead. It was as if there was an invisible GM playing some sort of practical joke or something like that. But we're not done yet. At the very top of the zone lies the third chasm, the Stone Talon Peak. A very leafy and soothing place compared to the other 2. I wondered if the weird deaths occurred there too. Sure enough, they did. 2:28 AM. I tested this again the next day, and it happened yet again. 2:14 AM in the Windshear Crag, 2:47 AM in the Charred Vale, 2:28 in the Stone Talon Peak. Every night, at those times, my character would die without failure or explanation. It would never happen in the valley part of the zone, only in the chasms at those exact times. This wasn't a coincidence at this point. I tried to see if anyone else was in the zone at the same time as me, but literally no one ever was. Not too surprising, as this character is on Dragonfang, which is, yeah, a very dead server to say the least. None of my friends still played, so I couldn't exactly ask them to get a subscription just to test this. And whenever I would ask other people to come to Stone Talon Mountains so that I could watch them drop dead, they were surprisingly
reluctant.
Uncooperative. I decided to do some hardcore research to see if anyone else had noticed this, scrubbing almost the entire internet for even a nugget of information. But alas, nothing. Well, nothing.
That's a surprising part.
Except that 2 years ago, back when Classic WoW launched, an old Blizzard developer who had long since left the company, Mike Crond, did a Q&A on the r/WoW subreddit, whereby he answered people's questions about what it was like developing the vanilla game. In his opening remarks, he mentioned that he was behind zones such as Desolus, Feralas, Ashenvale, and Stone Talon Mountains. Despite the Q&A being 2 years ago now, I noticed that Mike was very active on Reddit, albeit almost always posting about non-WoW related stuff. Now,
Yes.
I'm not usually one to pry, but man, if anyone knew what was going on here, it would be this guy. And I'm in way too deep to quit now. I just had to ask. So I did. No, I'm gonna be honest, I had no idea how to open a conversation with a guy who I don't know, and who doesn't know me. I'm not a journalist, I'm a WoW player. By nature, I'm very antisocial and tend not to talk to people unless they talk to me. But this guy wasn't just going to talk to me by himself, so I decided to try to play it cool. Didn't want to come off as too pushy or anything like that. So I said, "Hey there, is it true you worked on Vanilla WoW back in the day?" Honestly, I didn't expect to get an answer, but shockingly enough, he responded almost instantly. Yup. Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. The ice was broken.
2 minutes later,
I just had a question about one of the zones. Nothing serious, just some trivia that I wondered if you could answer. 2 minutes later, shoot. Talkative guy. I've been on Classic WoW recently and leveling up in Stone Talon Mountains. Wow. I've noticed that for some reason, my character dies at set times in the early hours of the morning for seemingly no reason. I know it sounds bonkers, but do you have any idea why that is?
I bet this developer waited to this day his entire life. I bet he planted that secret inside of the game and he waited until someone would ask him. I don't know. Man, this is truly one of the best videos I watched about World of Warcraft. It's crazy good. Not only is that well edited, it's just so interesting. What? I never heard about this in my entire life. I don't know how.
It's been driving me crazy for days now. After I asked this, the guy just went completely silent.
Damn it.
I'll be honest, I was pretty pissed off. If anyone would know why, it would be this guy, and he just bailed on me for no reason. I figured that all hope was lost and that I'd never know what was behind this.
He's like, it's time.
And with my limited audience, there was no way I could make a big enough deal out of it to try to get people to figure it out. So, case closed, I guess.
No.
Or so I thought.
He's gonna get a mail inside of the game.
I'm not joking with you. 10 months later, I get another message from Mike. The message literally just said, "The SoCal Lady Killer." I'm like, what? No response. Guy just goes completely quiet again. The SoCal Lady Killer? What the heck was that? I thought that perhaps he had meant to message someone else and this was sent to me by accident. Decided to look into it and this is what came up. The SoCal Lady Killer is the nickname given to an unidentified serial killer who is believed to be behind the murder of 3 women in Southern California throughout the years of 1995 and 1996.
What?
Though there is no direct evidence that links the 3 murders together, the modus operandi of the killer was seemingly identical in all of the cases, with the victims' bodies being mutilated in an almost identical fashion each time. The 3 women, all of which were prostitutes, were believed to be lured to a secluded area by the killer, whereby they were then murdered. Again, I had no idea what this had to do with what I asked.
What?
Until I read this part.
Dude, that took the darkest corner imaginable.
The 28-year-old Whitney Fangson. On the 2nd of August 1995, her body was found on the outskirts of the Wind Shear Lumber Mill. Police reports state that she was officially declared dead at 2:14 a.m.
Dude.
4 months later, on the 5th of December...
If you're gonna tell me the developer's like the killer or something, I'm leaving. Hey, bro, that's crazy. And you know what's the funniest part about this? He's probably not even the worst Blizzard employee.
December 1995, 25-year-old Sophie Riven was found in an almost identical state at a hotel room in the nearby village of Los Charred.
Yeah, the
Police reports state that she was declared dead at 2:47 a.m. The third and final victim was 32-year-old Amy Rassan, who 2 months later, on the 17th of February 1996, was found dead by climbers at the base of Sokol Peak. Police reports state that she was declared dead at 2:28 a.m. Wind Shear Lumber Mill was the basis for Wind Shear Crag. Los Charred was the basis for the Charred Vale. Sokol Peak was the basis for Stone Talon Peak. In addition, the timing of the victims' deaths correlate exactly with the timing of my characters. The mystery had been solved. The seemingly random deaths are an Easter egg referencing the SoCal Lady Killer. But that's a pretty weird Easter egg, don't you think? I went to ask Mike what on earth made him want to add that in the game, but again, I got no response. But this time, it was different. You see, in the past when I was blanked, Mike was still actively using Reddit obsessively on a daily basis.
Man,
but ever since that last message, he had stopped completely. Not many people know this, but the state of California actually has an online public database of all its residents that states basic information about them, such as their criminal record, driving viability, and yes, whether they are dead or alive. Well, you're never gonna believe what I found.
No.
Michael John Crond, 54, death by suicide. On the 13th of August 2021. The exact same day that he last messaged me. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Crond, World of Warcraft developer from 2004 to 2006, was the SoCal Lady Killer.
No way. No way this is actually real. What? No, there is no way. What? Is this real or this is like a troll video? If I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. Let's wait until the end. If this is actually real, we're gonna find out more. We're gonna find out more about this. I'm gonna do a little bit of investigation work.
Stone Talon Mountains, a zone which he designed, is nothing more than a direct reference to the crimes he committed 10 years prior to joining Blizzard. It is an open mockery of his victims, hiding the truth in plain sight while taking great pleasure in how no one else can see it. Typical serial killer behavior.
Yeah, no way, no way.
But if you aren't convinced yet, then let me show you this. Every single chasm has a rare mob that is a direct reference to one of the victims. Whitney Fangson died outside of the Windshear lumber mill. Meanwhile, in the Windshear Crag, there's an NPC called Taskmaster Whipfang. Sophie Riven died in Lost Charred. Meanwhile, in the Charred Vale, there's an NPC called Sister Riven.
Yo, I remember her. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just way too skeptical to believe this. Whenever I see something this outlandish, my mind immediately goes to no way that's true. I don't know, maybe that's just me. I'm gonna read all the comments after that.
Amy Rassan died on the base of Sokol Peak. Meanwhile, in the Stone Talon Peak, there's an NPC called Sentinel Amma Rassan.
Actually, I don't remember this one.
In the only safe place in the entire zone, the Sunrock Retreat, is an NPC called Crond. Crond, the Butcher.
What? Whoa.
So the question you're probably asking yourself is, why? Why would he commit suicide? Well, the answer becomes crystal clear if we go back to the SoCal Lady Killer's wiki page. It reads, after being a cold case for over 25 years, on the 2nd of August 2021, LAPD Police Chief Ed Jens announced that the SoCal Lady Killer case had been reopened due to advances in forensic technology that may help finally bring the victims some justice. Mike Crond knew that he was about to be found out. Thus, he ended his own life as to escape justice. But folks, do you want to know the worst part about all of this? The worst part is, I just made all that up. That's right. Mike Crond is not a serial killer. In fact, Mike Crond isn't even real. Hell, his picture isn't even real. It was generated by an AI. There's no such thing as the SoCal Lady Killer, and my character didn't even die randomly in the Stone Talon Mountains. I just got a friend of mine to use the neutral auction house to trade me a dark rune. Hell, even the character isn't even the same. So, the question you must be asking is, why? Why did I make up this entire story?
Because you're a WoW player. That's why. That's all we do. I knew, dude, I'm so glad I didn't take that bait. I'm so glad. Guys, now you see why I'm skeptical by nature. Like, now you understand why I never believe anything I see unless I get some insane evidence. It's because of that. I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. Like, I'm not. Like, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm so glad I didn't take that bait. At least I have that, but I'm not gonna lie, he drew me in so good. Like, I was invested. I was invested inside of the story. That's a goddamn. That was good, absolutely. No. I didn't fell for it, but I was hooked. I was this close. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I was this close to actually believe it. I was this close.
Well, you see,
10 out of 10 bait.
If I can come up with an interesting and somewhat believable story that grips people enough to keep them listening for 20 minutes about the pissing Stone Talon Mountains, no less,
oh my God,
then Blizzard has no excuse to not write a good story of their own,
so
especially with their ridiculously
so
overpaid writing team at their disposal.
Well
Dear
done.
WoW lore team, get it together, you absolute amateurs.
Oh my God, dog. Mad respect. Holy. 10 out of 10 video. 10 out of 10 video. I can't believe I never watched or heard about this in my entire life. 10 out of 10 video. And now it all makes sense, right? I mean, I thought it was weird that at the beginning of the video, he started by literally telling you, don't watch the comment. He literally told you that. And I did just that. I don't want to spoil myself, right? So I went like, okay, it's a little bit suspicious, but sure. Like, I get it. I get why. You don't want to ruin the surprise. Oh, man, it was so good. It was such a well-made story, but no, it was obvious. It was obvious. It was so good. Because, yeah, wait, who actually said that? I think it was you, Rinium, that he never shows his HP or debuffs. Yeah, I looked at this comment and I went like, yeah, you're right. He's not showing that. So it is kind of weird. It is kind of like, why aren't you showing the entire screen? That makes sense. Debated? No, I didn't fall for it, but he drew me in. He drew me in. That's crazy. I mean, it's insanely good. I'm not gonna lie, that was an insanely good video. Definitely one of the best WoW videos I've ever watched in my entire life. That's crazy how good that is. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. You guys should watch it for yourself. Give him a like and a sub. This was absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, it would never work a second time. That's the problem. But it was such a great story. My God.
The worst part is, I just made all that up. That's right. Mike Crond is not a serial killer. In fact, Mike Crond isn't even real. Hell, his picture isn't even real.
It's so good. His entire chat is kicking.
There's no such thing as the SoCal lady killer.
Bro.
And my character didn't even die randomly in the storm.
He got him good. He got him good. But let's see Xaryu. Let's see Xaryu. Nah, he's about to get baited.
The worst part is, I just made all that up. That's
the look on his eyes. Oh, he got dropped hard. He was so invested into it too. It's so good. No, the frustration in his eyes. He's so dejected.
Right. Mike Crond is not a serial killer. In fact,
Mike
Crond isn't even real. Hell, his picture isn't even real. It was generated by an AI. There's no such thing as the SoCal lady killer.
Oh, this is
and my
so
good. Didn't even die randomly in the Stone
This
Talon
is
Mountains.
so good.
I just got a friend of mine.
Oh my God, no, he got hard. I mean, he bited so hard into that bait. It's crazy. That's why I'm always skeptical, guys. Like, literally, this. He must feel so bad right now. But it just makes his reaction all the more hilarious. Oh, man, this is the best video I've ever seen in my entire life.